I found this new YouTube channel that just over the past 30 days was able to rack up almost 400,000 views. It just crossed 1,000 subscribers. Only 15 videos. And this channel has been around for just 2 months now. Based on this tool, this channel is monetized. Based on Social Blade estimated earnings for this channel, it could already be making almost $2,000 for the month. The most popular video is from just 2 weeks ago and has almost 250,000 views. I checked out this video, tried to take inspiration from what worked. I used AI tools and in less than an hour, I created this video.
To find a dream car buried in a junkyard. Especially not one that looks like it's been rotting there for decades, but hidden between piles of...
So in this video today, I'm going to show you the exact tools and process I used to create this entire video in less than an hour. So the first thing that I had to do is find a title that can work well on a brand new channel. And this video certainly did really good because it's a small channel and it has a lot of views. So I took it over to vidIQ and searched some of the keywords from that title. The first one being world's smallest car. And this other one, PLP50, which is the type of vehicle it is, has over 33,000 searches for the month. This other related search term, POV restoration, was part of the title as well. That is also increasing and it has almost 13,000 searches for the month. So what I did is paste all of those keywords into a document, copied it, headed over to ChatGPT. I added a screenshot of that top performing video and I told ChatGPT to generate some video title ideas based on the attached image of that proven, that viral video and the following keywords that I just copied. And so I got 10 strong title ideas based on that search. I even took this a bit further by telling ChatGPT to go ahead and rate them. And it narrowed down the focus to the top 3. And it actually said that they could turn these into 10 even more viral sounding. So I told it you could do it. So coming out of that, I had 5 even better sounding titles, and I just picked the best one based on their suggestion again. This one, the world's smallest car restoration, abandoned PLP50, that one sounds good, and it certainly looks like it captures the keywords that has high search volume, so I just went with that one. Next, I copied the screenshot of the top performing video, and I told ChatGPT to generate a viral thumbnail image that is similar to the attached, but make it even better. And so it came up with this one. I thought this one was way too similar because I did not want it to come across that I was copying, because I wasn't. I was using it for inspiration. So I told it is too similar to the reference image. And so I told it to make the car a different color. The whole thumbnail looks different, I think. And even the text pops. And so I saved that. And the next step in creating this video is creating the image prompts. And so I told ChatGPT to generate 12 image prompts for the restoration of an abandoned PLP50 car that is featured in the attached thumbnail image with the red car. I probably didn't need to, but I still went ahead and attached that image. And I wanted these image prompts to be very specific based on the top performing video. So as you can see here, I have several screenshots from that video. And how I was able to quickly grab all of those screenshots from that video in less than a minute. You can pretty much use any screenshot tool that you like, but I like using this one in Chrome. So I just watched the video, paused the exact spot that I wanted, hit the screenshot recording tool, highlighted the area that I needed to copy, saved it. I just simply repeated this process until I got all of these screenshots that I needed. I think it was about 15 of them. Here's the 15 screenshots that I grabbed. So basically I'm telling ChatGPT to tailor each of those 15 prompts to each of those images, those screenshots that I uploaded. And while AI is smart, I just went ahead and added a little bit to the prompt, letting ChatGPT knows that I want each of those screenshots to be tailored towards those image prompts that I needed to generate. But it needs to be based on this new red car. And just like that, I've got all of the image prompts that I needed to proceed with, 1 through 15. Since the image to video prompts are what I need next, I went ahead and told ChatGPT to generate those image to video prompts. And so while I might tweak this in a little while, we have the base to work with. And so to now create those images, I headed over to Whisk from Google. And from this point, it's pretty straightforward. I have to drop the first image prompt right here. So back over at ChatGPT, I grabbed this first image prompt, pasted it over into Whisk, and then hit generate. I think this first image was a great starting point. It's red, rusty, abandoned, so I saved that image because I'll need to use it next. And so I uploaded that image, that first image, under the style area, and I used that second image prompt. But then I ran into this problem because this looks like a finished vehicle, which is not what I was looking for based on the prompt. Then I realized that I needed to upload a different image in the scene area. And that is the screenshot that I took of the car being rusty. This one. So remember, while Whisk is an experiment, I am also experimenting here. And after it finished analyzing that image, I hit generate. And this one was way better. Exactly what I was looking for. And so now that I found a system that works, I'm just going to simply save that image and repeat this refined process now by making sure Whisk has enough data to work with in terms of the reference images on the left of the screen while applying those to the updated image prompt. By doing it this way, I was able to move along the prompts easier and quickly generate all of the images that I needed. On this subject, I kept uploading the most recent image generated, and this process seemed to be going well. So I just simply continued. But then this happened. I noticed that there is no back wheels in this vehicle in none of the most recent images that I generated. I thought it was just while it was being restored, it maybe took out the wheel. But this just does not look right. How is the vehicle standing up with just two of the front wheels? So I headed back over to ChatGPT. I didn't think I needed to say this, but I told it to update image prompts 10 to 15 to ensure all four wheels are inserted on the vehicle. So all four wheels inserted. So I grabbed that image prompt and tried again. And finally, I have four wheels. And so as you can see in this other image generated as well, the vehicle finally looks normal. And so now I had all of the images that I needed. Now it was time to move on to the next part, which is generating, or should I say refining, those image to video prompts. Now I had to refine these video prompts because if you can recall, I would have generated based on the previous image prompts. So I just told it to regenerate the video prompts to include the changes requested. So this way it would make sure and include the four wheels in those video prompts, as well as have the mechanic driving in the last one. To create the videos, I headed over to Google Flow, new project, made sure video and ingredients was highlighted. Just one generation I needed. So instead of ×2, I just had ×1. Pick the fast one so that it is 20 credits. Hit that plus sign so that we can find the images that we just saved, starting with the first one, this one. So we had the reference image, and now it was simply to put the prompt in here, that new video prompt that we refined. Back over at ChatGPT, this first one where it was discovered in the junkyard, copy that, bring it over, paste there, and let's see what we get. Okay, so this was almost perfect. So I saved it. But I saved almost because there was an update to the prompt that I needed. I realized I didn't want the background music in the video, but I did want the sound effects for restoring the car. And Google Flow perfectly syncs this. So I told ChatGPT to update those prompts from number 2 to number 15 to include the sound effects and do not have any background music. And so I copied this revised prompt, uploaded the other image, and tried again.
Oh yeah, this one's special. Wonder what she'll need.
I thought that was way better. So I just repeated the process now for the remaining of the clips. By copying, pasting the prompt. This is almost exactly what I had in mind. Did this again, and again, up until the final video that I had to create. And this is where I ran into another problem. Something about this video just does not seem right. Maybe it's because the vehicle is reversing while the steering wheel is on another side. Sometimes AI just doesn't get it right. So I needed to tweak this script a bit or maybe make it less complicated. Now, I didn't think I needed to do this, but I went back to ChatGPT to tell it to update the prompt, whereby the same mechanic is driving the vehicle and all of the other vehicles are driving in the same direction. So I made that change to the prompt. Somehow this became even more ridiculous because he was now driving at the back of the vehicle with things changing in the front as though it was an Autobot. So obviously I deleted that, and I thought that this does not need to be this complicated. So I decided to just use this video where it's just one vehicle on the road. And after waiting patiently for 3 seconds for that final reveal, this final video was ideal. He was driving in the correct direction and it showed the fully restored vehicle. And so now that I had all of the video clips that I needed, I just needed to do 2 more things to make this hopefully better than all of the videos that are just like this on YouTube right now. That is by first adding some background music to that video. I just used the YouTube audio library, picked a mood, found a suitable backing track. Once I found one, I just hit download. And the final difference maker is to now add a script, a voiceover. So I told ChatGPT to generate an engaging story for this video title about the discovery of this tiny abandoned vehicle and restoring it into a dream car. And after ChatGPT generated that in like a few seconds, I just highlighted this entire, well, short script, copied it, and headed over to 11 Labs to generate the voiceover. Pasted it right here, selected a voice that I'm accustomed with, this person named Victoria. Victoria helps me get views on some of the other channels. I hit generate speech and then downloaded that. And now, even though this next part is not AI generated, you'll be surprised as to how quickly this gets done. So I just simply opened CapCut and dropped each of the video clips one after each other, all 15 of them. The background music dropped onto the timeline, carried down the volume because this is background music, not the voiceover. Then added the voiceover that I just generated with 11 Labs. I know it may look like a problem here because what you're seeing here is that the voiceover is a little bit longer than the actual video clips. What I did is simply just listen to the voiceover and cut out the parts that I thought just didn't really add much value. I just needed the voiceover to be a little bit less than the duration of the video clips. So as you can see, I just removed the parts that I didn't need and shortened the entire video clip based on the original video footage. And those little adjustments just took about 5 minutes or so to complete. Maybe about 10 minutes if I count listening to the entire video a few times, just to make sure that it was perfect. And then I hit export.
And by the time the trim was back on, the wheels were mounted and the bodies started shining under the light. It didn't just look restored. It looked...
That entire process took about 60 minutes, give or take an hour for coffee and lunch. And while this car was cool, if you want to see the Batmobile being restored, then check this video out next.